On today's episode of the Keep It Coming podcast.
Bitch, why are you on my live? Why aren't you like out there protesting? You shouldn't just be protesting.
So Shayan wants to do porn.
For some reason, every time I do any type of collab with her, I always get tagged in something about something that she did that she has to take accountability for.
Welcome back to the Keep It Coming podcast. This will be episode number 50.
No, 51.
51,
We
50.
forgot to tell you. I can't believe we're here
it's
on
pretty
the
crazy.
other side.
Yeah, it was hard enough to get to episode 10.
Yeah, yay, consistency.
Congratulations.
Honestly, I couldn't do it without Anthony. I have zero self-motivation and you have all the motivation and you're really good at like a routine.
Well, it's been
I'm
fun.
not, but
We
he
finally
gets
got it
me.
down to a system.
We really do. Yay. But thank you so much, y'all, for subscribing and we're here.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it. Things have been
Yeah.
really crazy the past 4 days.
Insane.
The problem is that we do film 2 weeks out. So by
Right.
the time this episode does air, who the hell knows where we're going to be
What's
at?
gonna
You know what I
happen?
mean?
Yeah.
Military-wise, protests, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I know we don't talk politics, but currently at this moment, the past 4 days have been wild. So, Shayan, are you going to go out and protest?
Okay, so I was on TikTok Live
Mhm.
and I was just, walking around and I was like, I'm gonna like film myself going and getting ice cream and like just like a chill day with me because, I thought it would be interesting for people to see me going in like public and seeing all the reactions I get when I go in public.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I was on there, someone actually went on my live and they were like, how could you? Like, you need to be protesting. Like, you need to be out there. You need to be protesting. So I don't know fully 100% what is going on. I'm hearing a million things from a million different people. But from what I've been told, regardless of not of whatever, if you look brown, Latina, anything, they will grab you. Allegedly. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I am Middle Eastern. But I do think that I am someone that, they would grab me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's, well, no, but I don't know what's going on. I have heard of people getting tear gas and shot with rubber bullets and stuff. And like, I do think what's going on is like insane. And it's like basically downtown LA is like crazy right now. I don't know what's real and what's not. I saw this one thing of like bricks being thrown and apparently it was AI. So I was like, and that's why AI can be so scary because what is real, and what is actually going on?
It's tough.
I don't know. And so for me, I'm like, I just don't know if I'm going to go and put myself in that position.
We
because
both know you're not going to go because they protest in the morning and it's done by like 6 p.m.
Oh, shit.
And you wake up at like 5.
Yeah.
So,
but
let's
also
get
to
out of
that
the
guy watching my live, bitch, why are you on my live? Why aren't you like out there protesting? You shouldn't just be protesting in LA. Protest everywhere. You know what I mean? Like if you want to stand up for someone, like do it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that people watch the news and the media and it's all there for a reason. They're all there to get views,
Right.
It sucks because with my Airbnbs, it's directly affecting me because
Really?
people are canceling their Airbnb stays and they're like, oh, LA is crazy right now. But I'm trying to explain to them like, okay, you're staying at a house in Burbank. You know what I mean? Like everything that's happening is in like in a 1.5 square mile, square in the middle of downtown LA. Nowhere near Burbank, but people who don't know, they see the media, they hear LA. LA is huge, you know what I mean? Like it's a really big place to be generalizing. Everyone in LA is, I'm sorry, but I was talking to Cam yesterday. Like we had a nice dinner last night. We went to, in Beverly Hills where it's like, you never know anything's going on. It's so it's separate.
But it is because it is in downtown LA right now and they are moving towards like Whittier. I heard that's the direction it's going. I don't know if it's going to head towards this direction, Hollywood or, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So,
well, we'll know 2 weeks out you want to predict the future where it's going to go?
I don't know.
I think
don't know.
June 14th is going to be crazy.
Okay.
So that's the 250th anniversary of the Army and Donald Trump's birthday. So there are a bunch of planned situations that are supposed to June 14th. So we'll see.
Like what kind of?
I have no idea. A lot of protests, a lot of whatever. So
I don't know. It's hard. And I will say this, I have tried to like talk about it and share. Again, I can only share from my personal experiences and I can share my experiences as a Middle Eastern woman. You know what I mean? As a Middle Eastern woman, what I'm seeing and what is going on in the media, yeah, like my mom and I were a little worried about our family in Iran and what's going to happen and what's going to go on. So it's like, for me, it's like I can speak on that and that experience and that lived experience. And I was trying to explain to my live and like stand up for it and stuff, but I just don't know the proper words to use because I didn't go to school for this. I'm not that smart. And it was annoying because like I'm over here like, trying to be as empathetic and as possible, and I said like one word wrong and someone was like, what, you're like going crazy on me, and I'm like, well, I don't understand why there has to be such a crazy reactive thing. Educate me, teach me, you know what I mean? Sit there and teach me. You can't just yell at someone and expect them to like take in what you're trying to teach. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, and that's again a big reason why I try to stay away from politics. However, there is this big thing on social media of like, do you think that being an influencer or being a celebrity or being anything, having a platform of any type, do you have to talk about politics?
Okay.
Do you think that?
I mean, I've seen the same thing where it's very much like, this is the reason we're talking about it right now, is
Yeah.
because people are calling other people out for not talking about it. And
Right.
I'm like, it is tough because the bottom line for me is the law. The laws are there for a reason.
Okay.
The way I see it is, if I'm driving a car drunk, I'm breaking the law. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Is it right? Absolutely not. If I get arrested, if I get pulled over, I'm taking the risk.
Okay.
I'm going to go to jail for it.
Okay.
That's where it is. It's a weird situation with me because, I employ a lot of legal immigrants. My housekeeping staff is legal, but they have parents, grandparents who are illegal.
Okay.
So I asked them their opinion. You know what I mean? Like, where would you stand on it? And most of them agree. It's like, well, you come here knowing that you're doing something illegal. You do run the risk of being sent back, So it's tough. It really is hard. And I mean, my background is I'm second generation from Mexico originally. So, and my grandparents did do it the legal route. They got jobs, they had to pay, they blah, 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 they had citizenship, green cards, and here I am. So it's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep in it because
no,
I don't think there's a right or a wrong.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it does break my heart that any family member should ever be like taken away from, other family members. It is really sad to see that.
But a point was made though. Like if I did get a DUI and I did have children, I would still go to jail regardless of, I would be taken from my children and go to jail. Because I am breaking the law. So that's where that point is. So I like having friends on both sides. A lot of people will literally point at me, and this, and they're like, you're a Republican, you're a conservative, you're this. And I'm like, no, I'm a realist and I'm logical. Like I have a lot of really conservative friends. I have a lot of very liberal friends.
Yeah, same.
And I get the posts sent to me on both sides. I'll do the research on it before I respond. I'll respond logically. It's like, yes, I'm gay. Yeah. Yes, I am Mexican American with my last name tattooed on my stomach. But when I went to jail, I look white. So they sent me in with the woods. I was 100% in with the white guys when I was in jail. So it's like teetering that line, and then say, yes, I do make really good money. So that aspect should be conservative. But then I don't think that conservatives should be dabbling in trans rights at all. It's very like very much live and let live when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, oh, why? If the conservative party would have just never touched trans rights or the gay shit, then they probably would have killed it. It's just that why do they choose to do that?
I don't know, and I really just don't understand it. My beliefs. I think radical anything on either side is bad.
Absolutely.
I think that is teetering on some type of mental illness at that point when you have such an active either way. And I think that it goes with people's, but I think everything in life has to ebb and flow. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, it's hard. I mean, I would love to stand up for more things that I believe in my life are like right or wrong and stuff, but at the same time it's like I don't think I'm necessarily there yet financially because of course if I was making great money, I will go out. If I'm making good money, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to donate and start something. There's a lot of things, advocacy that I really want to get into that I feel like directly affects me. You know, I want to help trans women. I want to help single mothers with disabled kids. Those are things I feel really passionate about. But when people are asking me to talk about this and this and this, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on because I'm being fed whatever the media is, and it's all like a million different things. So it's hard, and I think everyone is they're trying. You know, they're trying, but at the same time, it's like we still have to live our lives. You know, we still have to show up to work. We still have to, you know, do the things that we have to do. We can't just like drop everything and go and potentially get hit by a bullet. You know, so that's it's tough. For sure.
All right. Well, that's as deep as we're going to get into politics, though, to be honest with you, because I don't really go any deeper on it.
Yes, because we want this to be an escape from the crazy world, and we want y'all to just turn off your brains and have fun and look at my tits. I'm just kidding.
So, speaking of crazy, let's talk about the Shiva situation.
Oh, my God.
Shiva, I don't know if you're watching right now, but we're going to go deep on this. So.
Okay. So we had Shiva on last week and the week before.
Love her. So you guys will see her this Friday.
Yeah, we got Caddy, her and I, but actually like towards the end, her and I, like she grew on me for sure. I'm not going to lie, before we started filming, I was not necessarily that much of a fan of hers. But so a lot of that was kind of really, you know, a lot of that was real. But I think after when I really got to know her and like we really sat down and talked like normal girl to girl, I feel like, yeah, she grew on me for sure. And now I like her, you know. But another controversy with Shiva. So for some reason, every time I do any type of collab with her, I always get tagged in something about something that she did that she has to take accountability for. I don't know. But basically, she did a street interview asking, she was talking to a group of girls. And in the video, there was a girl that was making herself throw up. And I started getting tagged right after we did a little collab that like, your friend won't delete this video. And I'm like, what is this? Like, who are these people spamming my comments? I saw they didn't follow me. I'm like, this is probably just like a lie or something. So whatever it was. And then I deleted it. And then I'm like, wait. And then one of the comments was like, the video is about me. And so I looked and I watched, and she posted a full video talking about how she was apparently roofied.
Okay, so I'll summarize it real quick because it was a little bit.
That was a lot.
That was a little bit of a lot. So Shiva does street interviews. Her name is Shiva Legend. You can go on her profile. And she does street interviews. She did a street interview where there were 4 girls. 3 of them were like these really pretty girls that were with their friend, was a little black girl. And she started the conversation good and then started shoving her fingers down her throat, trying to make herself throw up. And everyone was like, oh, wait, like no one's paying attention to her at all. They're just going on with the interview. Fast forward to where you're at now. The girl now hits you up, who was the black girl.
Yeah.
And
she posted a video about how she was apparently roofied in West Hollywood and that she had asked her multiple times to take it down and she didn't take it down. And then she posted a reaction video to it.
Yeah.
And
the video got millions of views. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a small
I think it was like 200.
Oh, I thought.
But I think her going and making a video about it drew more attention to it. And then Shiva came out and talked about how, well, the girl never personally reached out to her and she just posted the video. And I guess a lot of people were coming on and being very transphobic and saying crazy things to Shiva and her friends. Yeah. So it's like, whoo, tough.
Okay, so here's I mean, I know you want to address the whole girls being roofied in West Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, because I think that's definitely something that needs to be talked about.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. I think
really?
I have been at the bar. We've talked about this on previous episodes before, so it's not the first time we are talking about it. But yeah, I think that oftentimes girls are smaller. They can't handle their alcohol as much. So they come and they order a double vodka soda like you would get at a straight bar when they use a jigger pour, and it's a proper 2-ounce cocktail.
Right.
Whereas you go to a gay bar and you order a double, it's like 5 ounces, which is like literally 2/3 of your cup is going to be alcohol.
And then a splash.
And then they say, they're like, oh, I got roofied. And it always begs the question is like, I can't imagine gay guys going around roofing women, trans or not.
Right.
For what purpose? You know what I mean? Like, why would you waste perfectly good drugs?
I've never,
on people?
to be fair, no trans girl has, not that I know of, has come out directly online and talked about being roofied in West Hollywood Club.
Yeah.
Am I saying that it doesn't? No, it definitely does happen. I do think it does happen, but I don't think it happens as
It's as prevalent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think here and there, yes, there are situations, but I think a lot of times, especially as of recently, especially based
It's a
off
scapegoat
of,
for sure.
yeah, based off of the history that some of these places have, I do think people are starting to use that as like a,
For sure.
Yeah.
They don't want to hold themselves accountable.
Exactly.
And to this person, when you told me about the story, I went into a deep dive. I went on her page, and she had 4 videos posted about it, crying, you know, and being an activist. And almost all of the stuff that I saw on there was very victim-y. You know what I mean? It was very much like, you know, I'm an activist. I'm going to Spain to do this, and, you know, victim. And I was like, okay, so this person, it's not her first rodeo. You know what I mean? And she also is trying to be a doctor, so I could see where she's like,
yeah, take it down.
Yeah, take it down.
Yeah.
Like, instead of playing if she would have owned up to it and said, hey, I was really fucked up that night, I didn't mean to say that, please take the video down. It would hold a lot more credibility than being like, I was roofied, take it down. You know what I mean? And calling on that, because then it's like, oh, man, like, why are you doing this? Like, but
yeah, it's tough. And I mean, a lot of times people are like, oh, well, the friends. And it's like, the friends, like, they were there.
The friends were there holding her up.
Her up, but they were like, let me get this interview real quick. I think that's a little crazy. Like, I'm sorry if I was in that position, I was like making myself throw up and y'all want to stop for a street interview. That would be crazy. Have I had content posted of me without necessarily my consent? Yes.
Yep.
And is it embarrassing? Yes, it is really embarrassing. And it's happened. It's definitely happened to me. And it's like this sinking feeling of like, oh my God, I need to get this taken down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, well, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in public, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like,
I don't know. I'm a firm believer of double down on that shit.
It's hard. It is hard because I've been there when that one guy from Australia.
There's no such thing as bad publicity. I don't know.
I guess.
I don't see there's any, I don't know. I'm bad.
No, I get it on both parts, but I don't know. I mean, because they did come out and find out there was a girl who I guess went to the Abbey not too long ago, and she like posted about getting roofied. They looked at all the camera footage. They found out she wasn't, and she just got really fucked up. And apparently this has happened multiple times before to her. And this is something that she did. So I think it really is just like, take some accountability. And it's hard because I feel like too, a lot of trans girls are always like, girl, like what? Like, y'all are always, you know what I mean? But then it's like, oh, well, trans girls, you're not being a girl's girl and stuff. I just think it's like, you just have to be careful. Like, it's just like how it is. You have to be on top of it. You have to, you know, and just, yeah. I mean, do I think it happens? Yes. And to anyone that is affected by it, I'm sorry. But like,
I like when Shayan goes and does her PC police cleanup on the end of all these segments. She'll be like, okay.
No.
It's a subconscious thing. I love it. That's what makes us us.
But it's true because I mean, I have been there. I've had it happen to me one time. I had one drink and I knew I can handle more than one drink. I've had that happen to me. But this
But
was
also a lot goes into it. Did you eat before?
Yeah,
Stuff like
could
that.
be that.
You know what I mean?
You never know.
So Shayan wants to do porn.
I do. So I just went on the Gagged podcast with Bella and Leah, and they were absolutely amazing. They're both, you know, stars of silver screen stars, and they're amazing. I love them so much. I was talking to them, and I fantasize porn. Like, I think of porn as like this really cool thing. I was watching Maxine, the movie, and I just thought it was like, I don't know. I just envisioned myself in like 80s makeup, showing up in like a pleaser, and then like there's being like a mountain of cocaine in front of me and like lights, and then them being like, you're gonna be a star, and like just like bent over in like an outfit and like acting, and then just getting railed. I don't know why I've always had this like fantasy.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a porn set active?
No, never. And I want to. I want to like, I don't know. I feel like it's something I want to cross off of my list.
Okay.
And I feel like so many people are like, no, but you want to get into this or that or whatever. And I'm like, girl, Kim Kardashian, Pamela Anderson, this, that, whatever. I'm just going to do it and say sorry later.
So describe the perfect porn scene for you.
I want to be like a MILF.
Okay.
I think. I definitely think I want to get into the MILF.
How would it start out? In the kitchen, living room?
Oh, I low-key think like a teacher would be fun.
A teacher MILF.
Like,
okay.
or no, not teacher. That's crazy. Wait, actually, no, not a teacher.
College professor.
I was gonna say, or I don't know. Maybe just a MILF. Yeah, like a
Okay.
juicy couture. Oh no, but I want to have heels on. I don't know. I haven't really thought of this.
Okay.
But I want to be the teacher, but I want to wear the schoolgirl uniform. So I don't know. I also low-key really want to recreate the Kim and Ray J film,
Okay.
but as me, like trans.
Got it.
I feel like that could be really iconic.
Okay.
Wear like the same makeup as her, like pose like her, do the same positions, but it just be like a dick, like Kim K with a dick. Which is how I used to advertise myself for the longest time. Yeah. So that would be fun. I don't know.
T.S. Kimmy Fox.
But I would probably do one and then I'd be over it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to pick my porn star.
So you felt really old this week.
Yes.
Elaborate.
Okay, so you remember how you were talking about how that's like a little insecurity of yours, it's your age. And sometimes it does pop up. It never really popped up for me. Everyone would always tell me, oh my God, you look so good. Wow, I didn't know you were 33.
Yeah.
This past week, I don't know what happened, but like it triggered me. My age triggered me. I think because going on TikTok live, typically I am going on live with younger people. They're all over 18, legally over 18. Okay. And a lot of them live for me. And a lot of them will message me and be like, hey, I want to date you. I want to this, I want to that. But every single one is like, fly me out. Mommy, can you send me money? All this stuff. And I'm like, how old do you think I am that I have to be paying for like
I don't know if it's an age thing or if they know you're from LA and
they just
people
think I have
just think that
money?
you live like the LA life. I mean, it's not cheap to look this good.
Right.
So
I guess. I don't know. But that happened and then
So how did you feel old? Like, yeah, explain to me what was the feeling that you got? Like,
well,
oh my
I'm
gosh.
just like usually guys pay me.
Okay.
Or like, oh, let me take you on a proper date or like whatever. Or like, you know, even broke guys are like, let me break my fucking piggy bank for you. And now I'm like telling them to like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, what? And what was it? And then someone else was like, they were telling me to come drink with them. And this was like a random guy. And he was like, get your grandma headed ass over here. And I was like,
shit.
he called me a grandma. And then like little things here and there. Like I was coming for Kyler and Austin because like Kyler and Austin will always flirt with me, my friends, my gay friends. And I'll always jokingly flirt back, but I am joking. But there was one point where they were like, Kyler said like, oh, Shayan, I'm like walking past my window like naked. And I'm like, do y'all think I'm like this old like lady like sitting in my like apartment that's like, no one fucks me because I'm old. Like, fuck, I just want to see some dick. No, like, no, I get plenty. You know what I mean? I have my options, but I'm like, damn, y'all really think I'm like at home like this little like pervy old woman? No.
My favorite is when like, so this just happened yesterday too. One of my friends, he hits me up at like 9:45 and he's like, hey, are you still awake, Gramps? And I was like, motherfucker, I go to bed at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What the fuck? No,
drives
it's
me
crazy.
nuts. Yeah,
We're
he's 21 years
starting
old
to
too.
get it.
Fucking kill me.
How old is he?
He's 21.
Oh, Gramps is crazy.
What's the dr-
When you argue with someone, do you go for the low blows?
Explain.
Okay, like let's say, I don't know. This is tough because it's like when you're fighting with your friends, that's one thing. Because I don't like to dig low with like friends, like because I'm like, you know, you're gonna make up, and like I don't want that sitting in the back of their mind. Like I'm just gonna like de-escalate it and like walk away and wait for them to calm down. But let's say a random person,
Okay.
you know, tries you fiercely.
A random person tries to argue with me. Yeah,
Like,
of course. Who
yeah,
wouldn't?
You would take a low blow.
I mean, it's hard to go low blows because you don't know the person. I feel like you can only get a low blow
Okay.
if you know the person.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? I know you well enough. I know it would be a low blow. But I mean, if you see someone off the street and they're random, what are you going to do? I'm going to fucking kill you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to murder you and your whole family type shit, you know? So I get where you're coming from.
I think what it is.
What sparked this question though?
No, this is crazy. Okay, well, I went on live today on TikTok.
Okay.
And there was a fully Hispanic man who, I don't even know if I should talk about this. It's kind of crazy. But he was calling me a man on live, and he was fully Hispanic. And I was like, please stop. Like, that's not nice. And like, whatever. And I was like, where are you right now? He's like, oh, I'm in downtown LA. And I was like, ooh, I could read him fiercely, and I could go for a low blow.
Well, what would you have said?
What do you? No, I can't say it.
Well, why not?
I just told him. I said, "Be careful what you say to me."
What were you? Was your response gonna be like, "I'm gonna call ICE on you"? Type shit?
No, I would never outwardly say that. I would never have that clipped of me ever in my life. But I was like, you in the climate we are in now. You are in downtown. You are a Latino man from Mexico. And you are trying to call me a man? Bitch, don't. Ooh. And I was like, I want to say something crazy. But I chose peace and I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where this came from.
But that was it. Or let's say, like, I would say, I
don't see, that's not a, I don't know.
That's not a low blow?
Not really, because again, like I said, you don't know the guy.
If a fat
that's
person was mean to you, are you going to be like, well, you're fat? Is that like your go-to?
I don't know. I don't really argue with people like that unless they cut me off. But because people who are fat, oftentimes they know they're fat. You know what I mean? People who are stupid, oftentimes they know they're stupid.
Yeah.
So, that's why it's like calling a kettle black. Or some shit.
Yeah.
They know it.
I guess. Or like, what if like?
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
or what
you
if
try to
it's
use
like,
your tongue as like a sword type shit.
Yeah. Or there are some people. Oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, no. You can go crazy sometimes. So there are some people where when they go low, they want to twist the knife.
Yeah, I mean that's where like hard R's come from, and calling gays. We can't say. We learned that YouTube hates when we say.
Yeah, that word. Yeah.
There's one word that YouTube hates that we say. It's so crazy. I didn't realize. So we'll go through and we just learned how to see what makes a video not monetizable. Right. And every single video, it points out one word that completely wipes our monetization off. And we could say a lot of shit. Anyone who's been watching our podcast for a long time knows that we say a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, what is it this time? What is it this time? Anytime that's the one word that you guys, it's so crazy. YouTube's like, nope, you can say everything else. That one word cannot be said.
No, I think it's best for anyone out there, for sound advice out there. If someone is trying you, don't go for the low blows. Yes, it is easy. Yes, it fills your ego. Yes, you feel like, oh my God, but I feel like you will feel like shit afterwards. Or you'll be like, fuck, that's out there. Because I was on TikTok Live and everyone was telling me in my TikTok Live, say it. They were egging me on. They were like, funny. Say it. They were putting the emoji. They were like, say it. And I was like, no, you guys, I can't say it. But he kept calling me a man.
That's
and I was like, fuck, dude. Like, this is the universe really testing how good of a person I am. And I just exited out. I was like, I'm going to ignore it.
You're a better person than I am.
Ooh, when I tell you the gear grinded a little bit, and I'm like, ooh, girl. Yeah. Especially when you have like 40 people in your chat telling you to say it. It was crazy.
So I don't know about you, but I've been doom scrolling like crazy with everything going on. Just the environment. It's in LA. So I was up till 6 o'clock in the morning. I probably started scrolling at like 1 in the morning.
Really?
And I was scrolling until 6 a.m. Just like going through it. Cause like I'll find something and then I want to deep dive on it. And then I'll find something else and I'll deep dive on it. And like my brain, once it's going, like I'm just laying in bed, just doom scrolling. But a lot of my stuff is cars. Cause like I like watching like the car takeovers and I comment like you guys are fucking dumb type shit.
Whoa.
Have you seen like the street takeovers where they just do donuts in the intersections and stuff? Yeah. Whenever someone gets hurt, I love it. Like,
really?
Like I like the second someone like loses their foot from it, like I like it. I don't know. I'm really fucked up in the head.
Really? I've been trying to find those.
I'll send you all of them.
No, I want to go to
No,
one.
don't go to one. That's
Why?
really bad. Because like there's like drones, they like face recognition and they're just all bad. It's just stupid.
And I heard if they catch you, they crush
take
your car.
Your shit. Yeah. They don't crush your car, but they take your shit for 30 days.
What?
But no, so I came up with this crazy analogy that I was like, I'll talk about it on the podcast. But like I see street racing as the analogy I'll use is like street racing is the same as like fucking a random girl with no condom. Cause it's like you get that like 30 seconds to a minute of like that adrenaline rush, but it could end with like your entire life being fucked.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I know plenty of straight guys who have literally just fucked a girl and got her pregnant, and then their entire life now they're paying child support.
Yeah. Well,
And
18 years.
Huh?
18 years.
It's your whole life. Like especially these kids, they don't leave at 18, bitch.
Yeah,
like they're gonna live with you anyway. So that was my analogy. I was like, street racing in LA is like fucking a girl with no condom
because it's fun.
It's fun and it's exciting and
It's
like
exciting.
I love street racing. You know what I mean? Like I'll come to a light and I'm in my big truck, but it's fast.
Yeah.
So I'll race, but then in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, if I get one more ticket, I'm so fucked right now. So I was like, why do I? It's like that like man in me that just like wants to race, and I know that takes over on you too, bitch.
I know. Well, yeah, because Anthony and we one time raced. I beat you.
Girl, she went the wrong side of sunset.
Listen, if you ain't first, you're last.
That was
Ricky Bobby.
Wow. We talked about this on previous episodes.
Did we? No, we didn't go fully into it.
Yeah, it was like 2:00 in the morning. We're coming back, and Shayan was like, "I'm gonna race," and like, you just got your Supra.
He was racing me,
and I had my Tesla.
I could notice because I noticed. I'm never the one to initiate it. I just noticed, like, I was like, oh, every time the light turns green, Anthony's like flooring it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he wants to try it.
Well, like my car was
you
definitely
had the Porsche
faster.
Cayenne.
Oh, I had
no,
the
you
Porsche.
had the Porsche Cayenne. I'm in my Supra. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, the Porsche Taycan.
Yeah.
Taycan.
Okay, to the Taycan. And I was like, oh shit. And then that male in
Let me look at you all right now. Look at the camera when you're talking to them, okay? Shayan at 2 a.m, when all the bars are letting out, decides to go the opposite side of traffic when there's a barrier down the middle.
Yeah.
There's a concrete planter on Sunset in front of the Beverly Hills, whatever the hell, goes the entire wrong way for like a quarter of a mile. Mm-hmm. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I won.
You won because I'm not stupid. Like that. There's crazy and there's stupid. That was
wow. You got beat
stupid.
by a girl.
That was to this day. I don't know why we didn't. Oh, there was no dash cam footage on the Porsche.
No, it was fierce. It was sickening. But yeah, that's like fucking a girl without a condom. But luckily, I can't get girls pregnant. So yeah, just kidding.
That actually goes into my next topic really, really well.
Okay.
So, a lot of times you look at someone and you're like, okay, are you just stupid? Or what did I put right here? I had to put the notes on this. Okay. And it's not an age thing. For a while, I was like, okay, I'm trying to train younger people to help me clean the Airbnb houses, to be able to take over for when someone's sick or not there. And I'm having a really hard time finding people that are good workers that can actually do like a detailed job because I'm very detail oriented with my Airbnbs. Yeah. So I asked myself, I'm like, is it because they're young and they're just stupid and they just don't have the knowledge, you know what I mean? Because they haven't learned it yet.
Okay.
But I've also learned now is I think that people just go too fast. Like they want to get to the end of the race so fast that they miss everything in the middle. I don't know if you ever experienced that though, but I have noticed that even with older people that I've been trying, I was like, you know what? Let me bring older people in to try and do the same job that like, you know, because in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to save money. I'm going to get like a little 18, 19-year-old and it's really money hungry. Yeah. And I'll give them like 4 houses. And I mean, you know, that's like $3,000 a month cash, you know?
Right.
And they were fucking up. So I'm like, okay, let me get like the opposite.
Well, like how are they fucking up?
Oh, just because like when I go in, like if you go into an Airbnb, you don't want like the toothpaste on the mirror when you brush your teeth. Like you have to clean the toilet. I'm sorry, toilets suck clean, but you have to clean the toilet. There can't be fucking skid marks of shit on the toilet. Yeah. All of my houses have glass shower doors. You got to get the soap scums on it, and it's not easy to do. It takes a vinegar spray. You know what I mean? So there's things that I'll do a tour when they're done after an hour and a half, and I'm like, it's trash. This would something I would never. If I walked into an Airbnb and it looked like this, I would just be disgusted. I'd give them 1 star. Damn. You know, and I have 5 stars at all my properties for a reason. You know. Yeah. And sometimes they call me like the military. What's that guy? The ones that tells you what to do in the Marines. Drill sergeant. So they'll call me a drill sergeant. I'm not mean about it, but I'll come in, I'll do it myself. I'm like, oh, didn't do this. There's fingerprints on the microwave. Yeah. Anyway, so I bring in older people. And I mean older, like retired. That I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe they'll do a better job because, you know, they're older. The same fucking. Then it's like the opposite, where it's like they forget to do this. And what it came down to is, I think speed. I think that. They have 3 houses to do that day. They want to get through it as fast as possible. And I constantly have to tell people, slow down. I promise you. Because like I'm going to make you do it over again. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So it's like, if you just slow it down, take your time, take a breath, you'll get things done better. I promise you. And like, I'm telling everyone out there, just slow shit down a little bit. Cause it's like, I get it. You get paid by the hour. So you want to, sometimes you'll drag it out, but if you don't get paid by an hour, and for them, they get paid by the house. So it's like, yours is $100 per house. So if you can knock out 5 houses that day, it's $500. So I understand the speed to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, you know.
Whoa.
So,
well, nobody wants to work these days, and neither do I.
Well, let's talk about that.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm lazy. Everyone's lazy. Everyone just wants to be pampered and feel pretty. I mean, I don't know. That's hard. I mean, cleaning a house, ugh. My house is always spotless, and I have 2 pets, and it is usually always spotless for the most part. The only time it's ever a mess is when I get ready. But for the most part, I'm very OCD. And people are like, whoa, that's so weird. And I notice everything. So, yeah, similar to that, if I walked in, I'd be like, whoa, there's like, yeah. A little bit particular with certain things. But yeah. My God, you're like Kim. She's a Libra too.
Well, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Shayan and I are the mom and dad? Like, who would you consider be the mom and the dad? Because
obviously I'm the mom.
I've had a few people tell me that. They're like, Shayan's like the one, like, if there was a family, you'd go to Shayan first because she's probably going to say yes. And it's like,
for sure.
She's a nice one. She's going to like stroke your ego a little bit. And then it's like, the dad is me. I guess I'm going to come in. I'm going to be a little bit of the hard ass.
Oh my God.
No, pull it together.
No, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm the MILF mom who, well, the hot MILF.
All right. Let's do our coming in hot segment real quick.
Yay. Whoa. Oh my God. God,
they don't like when you show titties out.
They can. Oh. Whoever said my outfit needs to be less. I'll wear a parka.
All right. So the first question we have for coming in hot is, do you have any advice for a straight guy who wants to suck his first girl chiness?
Whoa. Okay. I would say start off slow. You know, work your way down. Always hold the boob because it makes them feel less triggered.
Oh, really?
Always hold a tit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just if someone's just going down on me, I feel a little like, whoa, I feel like a dude. But if you just like hold a tit, I'm like, okay, you're like,
it's like reach up.
Yeah. And I say take your time. You know, don't like scratch your beard on it or anything.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny how guys do that.
No.
I have this a few times happened to me, but like this dude who I've told him a million times, he's straight, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was blowing me, and like, I don't know, whatever porn people watch where they think it looks sexy, and they're like,
well, they're watching cis girl porn, and it's like they're like slapping it on their face. They can slap it. I can slap it on my face because I've had laser, and they don't grow hair.
Dude, this guy.
You cannot slap it on a beard.
This guy thought it would be sexy of him like looking up at me.
No.
Which I don't like eye contact in general.
Really?
So you got the wrong one. But anyway, looking up at me and like rubbing it on his face with like a 5 o'clock shadow. And I'm like, I literally
I can feel that pain.
Yeah, I wanted to like just fucking like punch him. I'm like,
it's like 1,000 little knives like digging in.
Well, and he had the audacity to be like, do you think this is hot? And I'm like, no, don't ever do that again. And then like they'll do something else. Like, do you think? I'm like, no. So I guess this is actually a good topic then. So keep going. Just don't rub your beard on it.
Yeah, don't rub your beard on it. Be very mindful of your teeth because men typically have thinner lips, which means because you have thinner lips, you might scratch a little bit easier. I feel like girls with bigger
people
lips,
should maybe try to
easier.
like fold the lips over.
Something. I will say, ever since I got a lip lift, it's harder for me to like do that because like my they like cut out skin and lifted my lip.
Do you think this should go from the side or from directly below your legs?
What do you mean?
Because like some guys will come from the side. And like, it causes a little bit of a different angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the side. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. I
like the side because like I do like to see their ass.
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
Side.
That's hot.
Like,
but
I like
it.
their guy's ass from the side.
I think I like it from underneath. Yeah, I'm like picturing like the guys that did a good job. Yeah, they came from underneath, and I have to be on my back, like laying down. I cannot be standing up. That's so triggering. Ew, you would never catch me like No, I had to be laying on my back, like feel pretty, and then and then you go in from the middle. And I would say always start off slow and just build as you go. You know what I mean? Just don't go in right away.
So mine's the hand thing too. You gotta use a hand.
Some people like it really sloppy, some don't. I don't like it sloppy. I like a little bit of a dry rub, not a dry rub, but like
Shayan, you don't even use lube.
I like a little friction.
That's crazy.
It feels
to me.
good.
That's absolutely crazy.
Like it hurts so good.
I need my Swiss Navy.
Wait, yeah, and you actually taught me this, that you said put lube on the dick before you suck it.
I do.
That's crazy.
It's like a little bit, just because you got to give it.
It doesn't like in your throat. Whoa.
I mean silicone. I don't know about water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have both now that you told me, because you clocked me on it. Because I had the cum lube. That's what I usually use. So
water-based.
Anthony clocked me on it. He was like, "No, you have to get silicone based."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then if you watch out for your gag reflex. I personally don't like if you're like on it. No, hell no.
Some people do.
You know, yeah, some people do, but for me, just go easy, go slow. You know, take your time, and then when I'm telling you to go, you better go, and you better not stop, and you better not come up for air, because I'm telling you, if you for me, I have to be concentrating so hard to come that if you even stop for a second for a breath of air, I'm not gonna come.
Do you like when they play with your butthole too?
No.
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 Yeah. I don't think I do either, but I like doing it though.
Really?
Like I'll put a little bit of pressure right there.
No, I don't like my butthole played with.
No.
No, just put a dick in. Like a dick, yes. A finger, a this, a that, no. No. Just I like to, if you're focusing on the dick, focus on the dick. I've always been that way. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
Like it's either you focus on the dick. Like I don't think I can flip during a session. Like it's like one or the other. Like I'm either going to be the full-blown top or I'm going to be the full-blown bottom. But doing both is crazy because I feel like I have to switch my mindset.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So our next question is random as hell. I don't even know how this made it on there. Yeah, I don't even know how to address this question. No, just because to me it's a basic question.
Okay.
So, but this is the one you put on there.
I put on it?
Yeah.
What?
Milwaukee versus Makita power. So
Anthony was sitting there and he's texting someone. He's turns to me and was just like, oh, I cannot believe this guy's a fucking dumbass. I'm like, what? He's like, he doesn't know what a Milwaukee or a Makita is. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Milwaukee or a Makita?
So in my world, and I don't know if I mean, a majority of the people that watch us, I think are trans girls. I'm not sure. I don't know.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Like I look at our demographics, it's different on every single platform.
Yeah.
But in my world, as a man, a man needs to have a proper tool set.
Okay. Wow.
Or
lesbian.
I mean, everyone should, but a man definitely. Everyone should have a proper tool set, period.
Yeah.
Especially, whatever. You just never need to know if you need to hang something. So I really subscribe to the idea of the Milwaukee versus the Makita, which is a brand. Okay. So it's red or this teal blue. Okay. And in the men's world, it's a legitimate make or break friendships. It's are you a Milwaukee man or are you a Makita guy? And I've always been Makita my entire life.
Wow.
All of my products are Makita, and it's funny because when I hang out with other guys or around the neighborhood, it's oh, I'm a Milwaukee or I'm Makita.
Fuck, I'm a Makita.
Well, it's just we'll send each other the verses for a drill. So this guy hits me up and he's like, hey, can you help me hang my TV? And he's in the Marines and he's a dude. He's I would have expected him to know.
Yeah, he calls me a man all the time apparently.
And I would have, in my mind, I was like, oh, he's like, oh, don't worry, I have a drill. And I was like, cool. I jokingly was like, oh, Milwaukee Makita. He goes, I don't know. It's a drill. And I was like, what in the fuck? I don't know.
So you prefer, which one is it again?
I'm Makita.
Makita. Okay.
What do you have,
Well,
Shayan?
my tool set is pink.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. It's its own brand.
Perfect.
I honestly just got a tool set recently. My tool set used to be the back of a knife for my hammer. And the little like things you get from IKEA in the package for my screwdriver.
Okay.
The little like twisty thing. But I just upgraded, and now I have a pink screwdriver and a pink hammer. That's it.
And then, all right. Well, let us know if you're a Milwaukee Makita or a pink.
Yeah. Or pink.
The final coming question is.
Yes. So somebody asked us, how can you get into escorting if you live in a small town? Okay. So I want to give two advice. If you're a guy, go to the gym. Work on your body a lot because that's going to be your breadwinner, and go and sit on TikTok live. Go and sit on TikTok live shirtless and you will get work. You will make money.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's my advice to anyone out there. And yeah. For girls, I would say there's always Eros. There's always TS escorts and TS for rent.
What if they're not trans?
If they're not trans, there's Eros. Yeah. I don't know of any other ones for cis girl. I think it's like there's a couple others. I don't know. I forgot the names of them. But yeah. And then there's also rent men for like gay men. So yeah. But if you're a gay man, rent men for sure. If you're a straight guy and you're like, oh, I don't really want to fully get into that, but I kind of want to dabble into it, TikTok live is where it's at for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you get into it.
Well, those are our coming
But
hot
remember,
questions.
they're paying for your time, not for the service, and you don't owe anyone anything. And stay safe.
Go ahead and ask us questions anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get on the topic of finances. So
Okay.
I know we've been trying to do a finance episode for a long time now, but we
Right.
didn't really know how to break into it.
Right.
We still don't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Where do you want to start with? I know that you
Right.
were going through it with your finances a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And Shayan thought about moving to Texas, and we were going to stop doing the podcast.
Literally.
The whole situation.
It was a whole thing.
She's doing much better now.
Yes. I got
so-
lucky. Literally the day after we filmed that, I got really lucky, and I got a financial. I basically got a pay pig, and he's been sending me consistent money every single day. Granted, before that, and I'm just gonna be honest, Mama accumulated some debt. She was bad, you know. Before I really got deep into the depression and all that, I had a big savings. I had, zero debt, and I had all the purses and jewels and this and that in the world. And then we started the podcast, which added an investment, and then I moved, which then added an investment, more money into it. And I think with that, I also got really depressed, but on top of that, work got really slow. So I was not making the money I used to, but I was still spending as if I used to make that money. And within a year and a half, I accumulated $100,000 in debt.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
I've
but
seen worse.
now,
Go ahead and sit up straight.
what happened?
There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. we need more. More money. No, he found me through the podcast, surprisingly. And he found a way to message me, and he was just like, listen, I'm your pay pig, and I will send you consistent money, and I will help you get out of debt. Prayers were answered, and everything was answered. And I'm a firm believer of like money does bring you happiness for sure. Does it bring fulfillment? No. But does it help you get stability to then do things that then make you fulfilled? Abso-fucking-lutely. I will never take it for granted again. And now I'm halfway through my debt, literally halfway through, and I'm slowly building my savings up again. Thank God for this guy. I love him. I can't say his name, but I love you. And yes, thank God.
You know what's crazy is you have never met this person.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never met this person.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So this actually goes out there for the person who asked that question about escorting from a small town. It's possible.
I've never sent a
You know what I
pic.
mean?
I've never sent nothing.
This could all be done without actually meeting up, which is why
Yeah.
a lot of people will look at escorting and the entire world as being very dirty, which
Yeah.
oftentimes it can be, but then there's a whole nother side of it. You know what I mean? The findoms,
Right.
stuff that it truly doesn't involve any sexual anything.
Yeah.
It is a mindset. It's an idea. It's It's the mental domination. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's something that's a whole different world.
Right. I'm doing better. They could always be better. So if there's anyone out there that also wants to help mama out, hey, we can always take more pay pics. But yeah, no, I never met up with him. All I do literally every day is I just send a question mark. And then cha-ching, like I'm like, okay, good. And but all of that has been going towards the debt because my biggest thing is paying off my monthly payments and having a less like amount of monthly payments. I paid off 3 credit cards now, thank God, which lowered. I think every month I was paying like a crazy amount of money on credit card debt and interest. And now that those are gone, it literally took my monthly payments like way down. So that's helped. We also made some budget cuts here at the Keep It Coming podcast. There's also a few people that are still asking us for money, which I don't understand because, to my knowledge, they are paid out. Like,
oh yes,
yeah,
yes, Kai.
yeah. That's another thing we need to talk about too. Is when you fire people or are done with people, there are a lot of times where.
Well, that's where we get on the topic of like expectations. You know what I mean? And we've had several editors now that's like, if you don't meet an expectation, and we don't ask much to be honest with you, it's like all we ask for is a fucking episode on Fridays.
Right.
Literally, that's all we ask for.
Yeah.
Everything else, like I'll take care of.
Right.
And it's like sometimes it's been so hard. Every editor so far, with the exception of our newest editor, has had a hard time just making that happen. We filmed 2 weeks out. I'm like, you have 2 weeks to edit
and get it
a
together.
1 hour long episode where we don't even, you guys see it live. We don't do a lot of cuts. You know what I mean? We don't do this, that, bathroom breaks. We kind of just shoot all the way through.
Yeah.
When I stand up to fucking adjust my balls, that's about it. And that's that's it.
Yeah.
And and we pay a lot of money for it. So so that's what we're doing.
It was a lot. And then also it's like when you're like, okay, well, I don't necessarily think this is gonna work out. Like we don't just like flat out leave them in the middle of the month.
Yeah, you have too many opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then it's like by the end of the month, and for some reason we always get an extra bill because I don't think they were necessarily expecting that. And I'm like, where is this bill coming from? It's just like added on bullshit. And then
bullshit.
and I'm the one where I'm just like, no, like I know that we are paid out. Like even when you and I were done with the OnlyFans, I still owed you money and I paid him back. Like I don't play games. I have a tally for every single thing financially down, and that is very important, you guys. Like,
well, I tell everyone, when they ask me, because I had this question Aaron asked in our group chat, and it was just like, hey, you guys. Like, I'm really trying to get all my finances and everything in order. And like there, like, do you guys have any apps? And I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't use apps. Like I'm old school. I mean, you see, I'm very much whiteboards. I have my daily, my monthly, and my yearly whiteboard where it's just like my daily goal, monthly goal, and yearly. My daily is more turned into a weekly now because days go by way too fast. So it's like my weekly, monthly, yearly. But get a whiteboard. It's super easy.
Yeah. Or I'm a notes app girl because I need it all the time.
I try to use notes, but whiteboard. You wake up and it's there. Like when I go, I sit. It's on my what's it called? My counter in the kitchen. Yeah, it's there. So.
Yeah, and I think with finances too, it's good to talk about like credit cards, all this stuff. It is important, and it is important to have. It is important to build credit. Your credit's very important. But I also think it is such a slippery slope, and you never want to spend more than 30% on your card. Like, so whatever your payment is, you never want to spend more than 30% of your total thing is on the credit card. So that is another thing that I learned. So try to lie and try to get like a big freaking like limit, and just lie and say you're like a bajillionaire and get a giant ass limit, and then literally go in and have multiple credit cards for different things.
Damn,
I
really?
think is important. Yeah, because it builds credit.
One credit card.
Well, you have to have multiple accounts, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel like for your credit is good. I don't know.
Well, it depends, because I think there's credit cards all going as one type. Then you have secured, non-secured, and revolving, I think. So those are the three. So revolving is credit cards. Secured would be like your car, because it's secured against your car. And then you have non-secured, which I think is like personal loans. You know what I mean? Like, so those are the three.
And really take a fine-tooth comb and look at everything you are paying monthly and really do it. I mean, there were some subscriptions that I was added to that I was still paying, and I went through with a fine tooth comb, and I just like literally lowered everything down for my monthly, and I feel like it's definitely helped a lot. It's very important to do that.
So, pop culture.
Pop culture. Okay, so the girlies are fighting.
Okay.
Okay. Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Oh, those are the girlies?
Those are the girly pops.
Wait, is that who you put on here?
I put them, and I put
T.S. Madison and
Nene
Leakes.
Leakes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, what is going on with Elon Musk and Donald Trump? What do you think happened?
Oh, I
for
think
them
it's
to
I
start
think it's
fighting?
I think it's fake, to be honest with
Really?
you. Yeah, I mean, what grown ass 70-something-year-old man would fight with another however old Elon is?
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, it was very childish. I don't know.
I don't know Trump's response, but I saw on
They're
saw
both
on
ridiculous,
X.
but-
Really?
Oh no,
Well,
they're both.
I saw one thing that was like, I think it was AI, but it basically was like Trump being like, "We're no longer producing Tesla, and no one even likes Tesla
Oh, it was
anyways."
fake. It was
Was that
AI.
AI? Okay, I gagged. I was like, "No way, he's so shady."
No,
Okay, so that was AI, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's so hard to tell.
What do you think happened? Do you think like Trump and Elon are like in a group chat and they're just like, "Fuck you, bitch"?
Well, I
Like,
mean, the second they broke up, Tesla stock fucking tumbled. So it's like,
Really?
gave people the opportunity to buy in because it bounced back
Right.
the next day anyway.
but they were besties. Like, what happened?
I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
I don't trust anything. in
I
none
wonder
of
if
that
they were
shit.
like on a FaceTime call, like a group FaceTime, and then like they got annoyed and they were just like, "Fuck you, Donald." Like hangs up and goes and rants on Twitter. Like like what a girl. Like it's just this
That's
is
why I don't
literally
believe it.
girl
That's why I don't believe it.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had to do with Epstein and stuff and his involvement in it. I don't know. That's crazy. The Epstein
Shayan
stuff-
loves a good conspiracy theory, you guys. Just FYI.
No, it's not even conspiracy. It's true because I had a client that went to Epstein Island,
Mhm.
and he told me a lot of crazy things. And then he got in 2020. They said he jumped from the 22nd floor. Girl, he didn't jump from the. They were like, yeah, he was dealing with depression. No, babe, he was with me. He was not depressed.
Yeah.
He was living his best life. Okay, but yeah, no, it was wild. So I fully just deep dive into a lot of that stuff because there is a lot of truth to it for sure.
So Nene Leakes.
Okay, and then second pop culture moment. So Nene Leakes has a podcast, and
Okay.
someone went.
They're both trans, right?
No.
Okay.
That's crazy you said that because I'm gonna get into the topic. So T.S. Madison is trans.
Clearly.
Okay, she's amazing. I love her. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. And I've actually always wanted to meet her. I've never met her before. Goes on a podcast with Nene Leakes, and Nene Leakes was like a Real Housewives, and she. That's crazy that you asked if she was trans.
I always thought she was trans. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and a lot of people loved her. I loved her. I thought she was
Past
amazing.
tense, she died.
No.
Okay.
She went on a podcast recently, and Nene Leakes was really just kind of reading T.S. Madison and being like, so like guys that are with you are gay. And she was like, no, baby, like they're not gay. And then she was being very like, well, I don't want to be with a man that has been with a trans girl. And she was like, I don't think that is straight. And like they were kind of going back and forth. And I thought that Nene Leakes was being a little disrespectful. But then I also think, Nene, you need to know your audience. Your fan base are gays and trans girls. You look like a trans girl. Like, and then you're going to sit there and say, nah, not for me. What? Like, you literally just shit on your fan base. Like, that's crazy talk. I don't know. I think know your audience, know your fan base, and really just like, but I guess it came out.
Again, it kind of does a full circle moment to the beginning. It's like there's no such thing as bad publicity because like you're talking about it now on this podcast.
And I haven't talked about Nene Leakes or heard of her in a long time.
There's a saying, and we've talked about this before. If you ever want to become famous really fast, you would say a racial slur.
What the fuck?
And then make a video apologizing about it later.
What?
It's honestly, if you ask like a influencer, it's like, what would be the fastest way to get 1 million views tomorrow?
Whoa.
And it would literally be going on any platform,
Saying
make a video saying some crazy ass racial slur. obviously it'll become popular, and then make a video apologizing about it like the next day. Like that's if anyone wants to know the easiest way to do it, not recommended.
No.
Not recommended because you'll probably lose your job in the meantime.
Oh my
But
God, no, literally.
I'm just saying, going back to what
you'd
we were
have to move, and you have to,
for sure. But I'm saying that's what when it comes down to publicity being good
just
or bad,
like
But I want to address this too. Then you wouldn't date a guy who has bottomed for a trans girl, because you would even say that's pretty gay.
It's not even that. It's just like I just want. Well, for me, it's different because I don't want to chase her.
Well, so the thing is, like, going into deep dive on what you're saying is like, maybe in her mind, she thinks that a man being with a trans woman is probably a man getting fucked by a trans woman. You know what I mean? Most people who are in the cis world who don't know the difference between tops and bottoms. You know what I mean? They don't know, like, a majority of trans women are probably bottoms because they, surgery.
I know a lot. Yeah.
I mean, because surgery, B, the hormones, they can't get hard.
Yeah, for sure.
When you talked about topping, the comment section blew up with people saying, how, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So I'm generalizing, but for the most part, I don't, people wouldn't know that trans girls probably can't get hard. So I'm not coming to her defense at all. Don't care, whatever. But I just trying to see both sides of the
I mean, it just it does kind of depend too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I remember for the longest time I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to sleep with a guy who's been with other guys. And that's also tough, but then I broke that rule and I was open to it, and I slept with a guy who was with other guys. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's tough. I think it is tough, but I think the way she was going about it was very much like, I don't see you as a woman. I see you as a man, basically. I still see you as a man. And that's crazy for her to say that when everyone thinks she's trans. Like, you know what I mean? And then also that's just her crowd, her audience. So I think a lot of times when people say that or when people shame people, it's not necessarily like, oh, you're shaming this person because, you're shaming this person because you're hinting at this person still being a man, this trans woman still being a man. So
for sure.
That's why. And
Shayan,
I could just tell.
real quick, can you stand up and give us a little twirl?
A twirl.
We forgot to do that for today.
Oh my God. Yeah, because, of course my butt is sweaty. No, my butt is sweaty right now. Is it? Oh, yeah, it's a little sweaty.
Ooh. And then show the shoes.
Oh my God, yes, they're new. Pleaser, sponsor me. And I got a toe ring, actually.
Wow.
How cute is that?
Love that.
Cute. So they're pleasers. And I got a cute little toe ring.
There we go.
Yeah. It's funny because this girl used to be... I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
Okay.
I love toe rings. There's a lot of haters towards toe rings.
Really?
What do you feel about toe rings? Do you think they're gross?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
This is not something I've ever
there's
thought
a lot of hate towards toe rings. A lot of people think they're disgusting and unsanitary, but people with hot feet and hot girls love it. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so I think toe rings are sexy.
Anyone on the YouTube live have anything to say about toe rings? Let us know.
Yeah, I think if you have hot toes and you're a hot girl, you should have a hot toe ring, and it's like sexy. Yeah, if you have bad feet, then then fuck you.
I used to have a little thing for like ankle bracelets.
Yes. Oh, I love them.
The ones that if you go out of the county, they like light up.
Oh. Oh, have you ever had one of those?
No.
Well, you have to put your foot in a bucket of water and hop across,
Really?
right? Or does that work or no? I remember Disturbia. You remember that?
Oh, yes.
You did that? Yeah, that was
with Shia
good.
LaBeouf.
Yeah, that was good. Oh my God.
All right, so joke time.
Okay, Anthony has this joke. Right.
Have you heard about that new depression pill for anti-depression pill for lesbians? And we're like, Tanner, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, there's a new anti-depression pill for lesbians. And we're like, what is it? And he goes, it's called Tricoxagen. And I don't know why, but I fucking died.
Tricoxagen. What the fuck?
I loved it. Like, honest to
What?
God,
Did you send that to your sister?
That's actually great. I'm
You
gonna
should
send
send
it
it.
to your sister.
Anthony has a lesbian sister. That's so funny.
Yeah, I do. And
Oh,
she would
wow.
love
She would love that. Wait, she's going to get, I don't know if she'll love it or she'll get pissed.
it. God, I wish I told that better.
I love your sister. She is fun.
We should have her on here. Not really.
No, no, she's so fucking funny. She's hilarious. She cracks it. She walked the aisle with a beer.
But I want to hear your. Yeah, she did actually.
This is to paint the picture. She walked down the aisle in Vegas with a beer and a men's suit.
In a men's suit.
And Anthony was like, "Oh, there's my brother."
There he is.
There he is. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. And they bicker, they fight, and it's just so. It's literally, you can't even pay for the entertainment. It's so funny.
I can't wait to see you and your sister fight.
Anthony, what the
One
fuck?
day in
No,
heaven.
we cannot fight. What the fuck?
All right.
What about your outfit? You have the I Heart Lot lizard.
This is from Tanner.
It's on. You have your gay.
It's not gay. It's my bunny rabbit.
I was like, oh look, he wanted to dress up for Pride. He's like, this isn't gay. It's a bunny rabbit. A bunny rabbit?
Now it's time for Shayan's favorite part of the episode.
We're probably going to get canceled after this episode. Yay!
All right. Well, what's going on, everyone? So today's game is going to be Shayan trying to guess what is in the box.
Yeah.
In what order.
Hopefully it's not your dick again.
And if she loses, she's getting naked and jumping into the cold plunge.
And if I win, what do I win?
If she wins, she's not jumping into the cold plunge.
What? No, I think $10.
If you lose, I get to keep your laboo.
No! Oh my God,
what I
no! I'd rather die. Everyone say hi to my Labubu. I got him from a mystery box. He's cute. My friend Keelan shaved him. I don't know.
Bastard.
Yeah, look at him. Isn't he cute?
Super cute.
I still haven't given him a name though.
Let's get to this game.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have to guess. It's going to be either one of these. So we have Primes, different flavors, a Diet Coke, and Coca-Cola like my Labubu. Okay.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
I actually forgot which order they're in.
Whoa. Hold on. Do I have to guess it right away, or can I try other ones? And
No, you gotta try it first. But you can switch it at the end. You'll switch one time at the end.
Oh, that's tough. It's one of these.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Oh, that's flat. Wait. Hold on. Oh. Okay. What the? Ew. It's all fizzy. What the fuck is that? What is that? It's just foam. What is that? Did you want an Alka-Seltzer in it?
No.
It doesn't. I can't tell. Fuck. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yuck.
Did you cheat somehow?
This one. Yay! Wow. Did I guess it right?
I don't know. Let's see. You did.
Really? All of them?
Yeah, you did.
Yay!
Good job.
Look, oh my God, I wore my heel. You guys, I'm not this tall. Look at my heels, okay? Look how tall
I'm surprised you got those. Oh, okay, I guess they are the raspberry.
Okay. I'm actually way shorter. Look, okay, without heels, look. Now we're the same height. Well, I'm still a little taller than you.
Wow. That's all, folks.
Oh my God. If you want to watch more fucked up shit.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Woo!